Hiatus! We've lain dormant for far too long! We need to take serious action against the Orange Ranger now!
I realize this, but every single plan we've come up with has had serious flaws. And every encounter we have with the Orange Ranger risks him learning more about us. We need to limit our risk.
Fool! What am I keeping you around for? You're this ignorant!
You silly men, always overthinking things. Right, like we need the input of a woman to solve this. Get lost. Fine, I guess I'll just have to keep what I know about a way we can stop that orange doofus to myself. Bye!
Wait! If you have information that vital, you'd best share with the class!
Well, at least you recognize that I have something to contribute. Anyway, my hairdresser's iPhone is in like a chat group with a news station camera that follows the Orange Ranger's robo thing on Twitter. Anyway, she told me that he's getting ready to do a video on top 10 Yellow Rangers. Well, heavens to Betsy! What useful intel you provide! Why, the very key to his downfall. Yellow Rangers! All hail the queen of useless information! Listen, moron. Do you happen to know how I got my hair this delightful shade of orange? Because it's really a wig? Say that again, and I swear I will end you. So anyway, my hairdresser bleached my hair first, then she dyed it yellow, and then she used red to soften it to orange. Are you following me?
So, if he's reviewing the top 10 Yellow Rangers,
He'll be accessing that part of the morphing grid.
he's already done top 10 Red Rangers.
But if we attack while that section of the grid is open,
We can destroy it! And without Yellow, he won't be able to access any orange power!
brilliant!
Come, Hunter! We must prepare!
Men.
Hello there, heroes. I'm the Orange Ranger, and welcome to another Power Rangers Ninja Steel Hiatus video. This month, I'm going to be experimenting with some different colors for the Orange Ranger video's Month of Colors. So I dusted off the old Super Mega Force Morpher here, so I could get this Month of Colors started off in the right fashion. Super Mega Mode. That's right, today we're looking at the Rangers that wore perhaps the brightest color on the Ranger spectrum. Those Rangers that shone like the sun and were either quietly wise or seriously tough cookies. Today we're taking a look at my top 10 Yellow Rangers. But you heroes know that I can't start a hiatus video without doing a disclaimer, right? But this disclaimer actually not only applies to this video, not only to the Month of Colors videos, but actually any of the top 10 videos you're going to see in this hiatus. I am not going to be including Ninja Steel or the Power Rangers movie for candidates in any of these lists. I know I included Sarah and the Shawnees, but that was a little different. The reason is more or less the same for both. We just don't know those Rangers that well yet. We've only gotten just the snackiest little taste of the Ninja Steel Rangers so far. We're not even 1/4 of the way through their total run. And while I feel like there was enough backstory in the Power Rangers movie that we do really know who those Rangers are as people, we've only seen them in one fight, so we just don't have enough information. Alright, disclaimer's done. Onward to the rankings. Number 10, Aisha, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Aisha was the shortest tenured of the 3 replacement MMPR, leaving the show just before Zio. But she still manages to sneak her way onto this list for combining true strength and power with a caring and kind personality. And interestingly enough, her friendship with Kimberly for some reason felt more real to me than Trini's, though I'm not able to tell you exactly why that is. Boogie with the Bear. Number 9. Emily, Samurai Super. Emily is actually a very complex case in that the writers really took a chance with her and gave us not only a character but a ranger who, while it was never really officially established, seemingly very likely dealt with depression. The role of the Yellow Ranger was thrust on her from a very young age when her sister contracted a serious, seemingly cancer level, though also never officially established illness, and throughout the season she dealt with low self-esteem. It even once actually saved her in a really weird sort of way, when the Samurai Rangers fought a monster whose insults would turn into real physical attacks if they caused emotional pain, but Emily was actually immune because everything the monster said about her, she had already believed for a long time was true, and so it didn't hurt her as much. She could be a little too meek at first. That was something they kind of addressed a little bit in Super Samurai, and I really do wish her burgeoning relationship with Mike had been a little better handled and established, but overall she was a fine addition to the legacy of Yellow Rangers after the show's return to Saban brands. Number 8. Summer, RPM. Summer is another interesting case, but kind of in the opposite direction from Emily, because she is one of the worst characters you could possibly imagine. And no, I'm not saying that she was badly written or acted. What I'm saying is that Summer Landstone was a terrible person, caring only about herself and abusing her faithful butler. When Venjix attacked and that butler was the only person to stick by her, waiting for her to become the mature lady that he knew she could, she experienced a miraculous change. After this, Summer became incredibly kind and caring, another case like Aisha where kindness and strength were combined very well. Summer was incredibly intelligent, talented, determined, and skilled. Her warmth is what convinced Dylan to join the team, and she really could be considered the heart of that squad. Number 7. Gia, Megaforce Super. Pitchforks down, everyone. These seasons did have some redeeming qualities, and Gia was one of them. To an almost criminal degree, actually. I'm betting that Gia would be near the top of my list for top 10 Rangers that you wish had been in other seasons. Gia was the girl who could do it all and never broke a sweat. She was just always in control of the situation and never seemed fazed. For example, she knew from the very get-go that Jake had a crush on her, but she decided to let that situation play out over time. If I'm remembering things correctly, Gia didn't actually get her own solely dedicated focus episode in either season of Megaforce. But as I think it was Linkara that pointed out, she didn't really need to. She was a scene stealer. You felt her presence in every episode. Number 6, Z, SPD. The Ranger with the shortest first name in Ranger history was not short on impact. I really like how Z joined up with SPD. Being basically a homeless street rat that grew up alongside Jack, she learned street smarts and how to fend for herself. However, she also learned to recognize a good opportunity when she saw one. So while Jack resisted being press-ganged into SPD duty, Z saw it as an opportunity for safety, security, and a chance to make an actual difference in the world. This is probably part of why she decided to stay on with SPD even when Jack left, which I think was a good decision for both of their characters as far as there being friendships in your life where sometimes you just have to go your separate ways. She's got an interesting backstory too, never really being able to make friends, which conveniently yet sadly fit with her civilian power of making holographic clones of herself. It wasn't until she met Jack that she found a true friend, but as it turned out, she was always being watched from the shadows by Doggy Kruger, waiting for the day that she would finally join SPD. Number 5, Trini, MMPR. Pitchforks, fire, arrows raining from the sky. Why does the Orange Ranger hate Mighty Morphin so much? All of this amplified by the fact that the actress that played Trini, Thuy Trang, tragically died in a car accident, really just as she was beginning to come into her own away from the role of Trini. However, what has to be remembered is that actress and role are distinct, and anybody from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers is hurt by one major thing: a severe lack of deep characterization. Trini was strong and wise, a skilled martial artist whose mind was as fast as her hands and feet. She was best friends with Billy, smart enough to understand his technobabble, yet socially adjusted enough not to use it herself in regular conversation, and that was really all there was to her. Trini was just as two-dimensional as any of the rest of the Rangers on that team. She was the wise Asian one that was good at karate. I really wish there had been more to Trini's character, and of course that Thuy was around today to talk about her some more. Number 4, Kira, Dino Thunder. So we go from the first Yellow Ranger that Tommy was on a team with to the last. Yes, Kira Ford, the angsty musician whose trust had to be earned. In contrast to MMPR, Dino Thunder actually had some really nice character work in giving us realistic, believable teens. For example, a teen like Kira who wanted no part of being a superhero at first. But she eventually embraced the role when it became clear that it was choosing her, and she was just as much of a hero as the boys. And yes, Kira earns a couple of extra points for being the only girl on her team. That's a situation that the producers of the show would try to avoid when they could, often gender swapping some Yellow Rangers in order to make them girls and balance the team out a little more. However, in Dino Thunder's case, the yellow costume was the girl, and none of the other costumes really fit for a costume change, so they were sort of stuck. But Kira more than held it down for the ladies in the house. Actually, she helped one of the other ladies on the show, Cassidy, get a reporter job when they weren't even really friends at that point. Number 3, Taylor, Wild Force. You fellas better salute or you're getting an iron fist to the stomach. Taylor is one of those tough yellows that I mentioned. The best example of this comes from when the Wild Force Rangers first met Cole. The rest of the Rangers all were very soothing and calm with reassurances and everything. Taylor, a punch to the gut, you've just been drafted. There was actually a tragic aspect to Taylor's character that I really enjoyed. She, more than anything, loved being an Air Force pilot. However, when the Eagle Zord chose her and she had to become the Yellow Ranger, she essentially had to fake her own death, or at the very least, mysterious disappearance. She had to be very careful in public not to be recognized, especially when she was around her old base. It gave her a reason to be angsty and antisocial instead of that being an informed character attribute. Alright, you know what? I'm kind of feeling like picking up the pace, so let's just jump right into the final 2 with... oh boy. Here we go. And what is it that you want, Shiny Face?
Trying to reinforce your powers by shoring up the orange section of the morphing grid, hey? Well, we can't have that, can we?
What are you even talking about? I'm just making a top 10 video.
You had to know that reviewing the Yellow Rangers would combine your reviewer's energy with the yellow energy in the grid, which would then combine with the red you've already done to reinforce your orange powers.
I didn't even catch most of what you said. Kaizoku?
Well, you see, that kind of was the idea, and starting out with yellow. I didn't want to tell you because you might have been nervous while you were making the video.
Well, that fear was quite justified. The hunters made some adjustments to that gun he stole from you. Take a look at this.
What have you done?
Oh, nothing much, really. I just absorbed almost all the electricity from this room. I left a little for your precious camera, so you can film a touching apology to your fans, and they can see the things that I've done. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm off to absorb that energy from the grid. Toodaloo!
Kaizoku, Chomsey, what can we do? If we don't restore power, this is going to be the last video. And this hiatus is just getting started.
We got an idea, kid, but we ain't sure if it'll work.
Yeah, we didn't get to test it yet. We've been working on transitioning to the Ninja Star technology. The yellow Ninja Star you brought home seems to have electrical powers. We yacked them up a bit, and it could help us now.
And if it doesn't work?
It'll probably fry you, us, and everything within about a mile.
Great. Well, I suppose it's not like I have much of a choice. Let's give this thing a try. Here goes nothing. Yellow Ninja Power Star, lock in. Ninja Electricity Attack. Ninja Spin. Ha! Yes! Great work, you two. Seriously. So sorry, Silver Skull. It seems like you're gonna have to try another way of getting my energy. Okay, I think now we're ready to move on to the final two. Number 2, Katie, Time Force. After the Shawnee Awards, I got a series of comments from people telling me that I should have considered Katie a nominee for Strongest Ranger, if not the winner of the whole thing. I'm gonna be perfectly honest with you people. I think that was actually an oversight on my part. She just kind of slipped my mind for some reason. But there was no way I was going to leave her off of this list. Another case of sweet and strong in the Yellow Rangers, but this time literally. Katie was from the future, the year 3000, and she had super strength. For some reason. It's never really explained. But you know what? Unexplained feminine super strength is actually something of a trope in Super Sentai and Kamen Rider, so it's actually something I'm kind of used to. Katie actually got some great character moments and stories in Time Force. She was the one who pointed out what should have been a major concern for this team. Any changes that they made in 2001 could mean that they didn't return to the future that they remembered. Kind of contradictory to that, but still interesting, she got a weird but kind of fun timeline where she actually went back further in time and helped a man history said never stood up for himself from getting bullied. And we must always remember, Katie once commandeered a vehicle by throwing its driver halfway across the desert. As Linkara said after that moment, I like Katie, but not quite as much as... Number 1, Chip, Mystic Force. Chip is the geek that became a ranger, and in that he's like so many of us. The kid that was into comic books and superheroes and knights and heroics and etc, etc, etc. The kind of person that would volunteer to be a Power Ranger instantly. Chip also had a really nice friendship with Vita, one of my favorite Pink Rangers. Stay tuned to the month of colors to see if she's actually my favorite. And the great thing about their friendship is that it was very strong and very close, but it never needed to actually veer into becoming a romance. Chip was often used as comic relief, being kind of silly and a kid at heart, but it never really crossed the line into being annoying. When he met a real live knight in Daggeron, he instantly wanted to start training to become a knight himself. Chip was enthusiastic, happy, and hardly ever gave up on a situation. Though he does have that speech during Dark Wish where he talks about how screwed the team is. Chip is just the kind of guy that I would probably be great friends with if I lived in Briarwood. And he's my favorite Yellow Ranger. I pick 10, you pick 1. You've heard my 10, let's hear your 1. Viewer's choice time. Were you heroes trying to make your own top 10 list? Geez, there were in fact 10 Rangers nominated. We've got a 5-way tie for third between Summer from RPM, Ashley from In Space, Ronnie from Operation Overdrive, Kira from Dino Thunder, and my number 1, Chip from Mystic Force, all with a single vote. 3-way tie for second place between Trini from MMPR, Lily from Jungle Fury, and Taylor from Wild Force with 2 votes each. But from the chaos emerges a clear victor, a yellow streak of light emerging from the earth with the speed of a ninja. Breaking the fan mail computers yet again was Dustin from Ninja Storm with 4 votes. Thanks for voting. So this time around, instead of doing a channel shout-out, we're doing YouTube shout-outs. Whether you have an active channel or not, if you voted for the winner of the viewer's choice, you could be a winner too. Today's winner is Chris Houston, who voted for Dustin. Congratulations, and thanks once again to everyone for voting. The month of colors is just getting started, heroes, and now it's time to not get sad, but just get a little bit blue. In the comments below, let me know your favorite Blue Ranger. And provided that the Silver Skull doesn't find some kind of other way to disrupt things, I'll be picking a winner who voted for the Viewer's Choice winner to get a YouTube shout out. And that is going to wrap up another Power Rangers Ninja Steel Hiatus video. Thank you, heroes, so much as always for watching. Make sure to like the video by clicking the like button right down below. Let me know what you thought of my list in the comments down below, and also remember to vote for your favorite Blue Rangers. Subscribe to the channel to see all the Weekly Geekly, and also make sure you ring that bell so you get notified of whenever I post new videos. As usual, the hiatus schedule is a little bit behind, so things aren't getting posted on Fridays like I said they were. I'm just getting the videos up whenever I can. Again, thank you folks so much for watching and sticking with me as things are a little rocky. Hope you're enjoying what I'm putting out there. And until next time with the Blue Rangers, may the power protect you. Welcome to another Power Rangers Ninja Steel Hiatus video. But you heroes know that I can't start a topical just 1/4 of the way through their complete run, not even actually. Alright, you know what? It's kind of late. I'm kind of wanting to pick up the pace on... Oh, I can't say it's really late.
You had to know that reviewing the Yellow Rangers would combine your You had to know that combining your...
Another case of strong... Geez, were you heroes trying to do your own top 10 list? Guys, not guys, dang it. And that is going to wrap up another Power Rangers Ninja Steel Hiatus video. Thank you guys so much, heroes.